Letting the people know. Okay. Should make any algorithm tweaks before releasing V1. I should probably add link to that. Going to go on my story. You know how it is. People, you know how it is. Okay. Hello and welcome. Thanks for tuning in. I am going to take some notes this time, so kind of the post-processing is a little smoother. So, part 1. Why am I doing this? So, my last stream, I said that I was pretty much done with Valentine. Mainly because it sounds pretty good. People have said nice things about it. And the UI is pretty much where it needs to be. And it's really just time to let it go and start iterating. So this is the last big thing I did, was this cute little info panel. Anyway, so what I decided to do first, though, is to do one final check of the sound, basically in order to see if there are. So I got some really good notes somewhat recently on Valentine, and they made me think that if they were easy to fulfill, that I should go ahead and try to do that. But why would you want to do that? And it's really all about version compatibility, or the general idea that my main anxiety has been that once I release a version 1, what I want to guarantee to users is that any subsequent update is not going to change the sound of Valentine. If I'm lucky enough for people to really enjoy the plugin, they're going to be putting it in mixes on music that is important to them, things that they might actually be using for work, right? So there's this guarantee that, right, if I don't iterate, that most updates, unless I say explicitly so, aren't going to change the sound, right? So that means that technically, that doesn't mean I can't change the algorithm, right? But what it constrains, it adds more work to changing the algorithm, and it changes the way that I can change things. So like post V1, right? Here's the kinds of changes we can do. Of course, we can always add a new algorithm. So say you know, definitely a lot to be worked on with the saturation. I could just make a new algorithm. Cool. And add a little chooser so the user could choose in between the two. And I could do that for any of these modules, and maybe I will sometime. Fine. User choose between new and old in some manner, right? Now, tweak to algorithm. This is when things get a little weirder, because if I added, so this is just a generic saturator. So I could add like I don't know, this is a diode clipper emulation, and it would be really clear. Oh, I have these two options. I could also do something like, so like user choices are like, saturation 2 or something like that. I don't really like that solution because I think it makes the plugin harder to use, right? So what we would end up really, I should have actually prepared thoughts. What I have to do, what one has to do basically, is implement changes to the algorithm in such a way that current settings don't change the plugin's sound, right? Meaning that if, yeah. Is that a good way of putting it? I guess I could be more concrete, right? Because how could we change the algorithm, right? And we're going to be exploring the easy way of changing the algorithm. And I guess this isn't actually, we're not going to be changing the algorithm. I guess we're going to be changing, change the way the user can interact with the algorithm, right? Which means that basically we're going to be messing with parameter ranges, which is a really easy way to guide the user towards finding sounds that they will consistently like. Now I'll loop back to why I want to do this last check before 1. And I'm going to put a bookmark here. It's because changes after V1, or any point where you're going to guarantee compatibility, require translation. And I don't really want to do that. I want to do as little of it as possible. But anyway, so let's just get on with it and play around. Ah, yes. Just to see where we're at. So here is this little drum loop. And actually, let's see, I've got some dynamics on the, I'm going to turn this back up. And this was a use case that I was referring to in my last stream, where I had Valentine on another track. Controlling, compressing a reverb. You know, I don't love that as much as I did before. But whatever. Let's put it on the main drum bus. Cool. It's probably too much. So my basic strategy is I want to take a look, I want to listen to it, and I want to take some notes or look at some notes that were made about it that were given to me by people who took their time to try it out, and see which of these should or would be harder to apply post V1 than pre V1, and experiment with those. So let's take a look at some of that feedback. Let's see. I love the crush and think it would be great in parallel or wet for more aggressive sound design. One thing my ear wants is a way to control the top end artifacts that are generated north of 2 kilohertz. So that is all stuff that, yeah, let's group it. Post V1. Cool idea. Can definitely do that post V1. We can just add more stuff, right? Mostly the attack of decay of the sounds. My hand immediately goes to the attack release. I'm just going to distill that. Another cool idea, link the crush output to the attack release parameter somehow. I mean, a lot needs to happen in terms of the crush to make it a bit more usable. UI feature showing how much gain reduction is going on. Can definitely do that in later, just additive. This lack of makeup gain, I think that this has been addressed. This was back when I had done the compensation wrong for the saturator. Sorry, but the lack of makeup gain for the transient reduction tricks the ear into thinking it sounds worse than before because of perceived loudness. You don't have that for crush. Yeah, so that's good. Let's see. Attack should go to 55 milliseconds. Okay, so that's a pre V1. Saturate is too extreme. The max should be 1/3 or 1/4 the amount of saturation. It could sound darker too. The saturation is a bit brittle. Now, these are improvements that could be really nice for the saturator, but given the mode I'm in right now, just get stuff done. This feels more like I should offer a new saturator option that resolves these issues. But one thing that could be, and it's something that I agree with, right, is saturation is too extreme, right? So let's take a look at that. Huh. You know, I think it really depends on the source. Oh wait. Yeah, I mean, this is drums played off of a 404, so it's probably not the best example. Let's make a better example really quick. Or just drop in some drum rack. Let's drop a frequency kit again. These are these are pretty well, whatever. They're pretty processed already, but you know what? Let's just also the loop. Oh, what did I do? Oh, whoa, I did not mean to do that. Here we go. Oh, that's quite loud. Sorry about that. Okay, cool. So let's see how. Also, I'm going to turn down the closer to it. That's weird. All right. Maybe that's also a bad example. Let's find a better example. Something. There's a drum loop in the core library that is loops. Da, da. Okay, yeah, okay. Whoa, that is really maxed out. Okay, let's see. Let's let those transients through. Let's just, yeah. I should have. Okay, I'm just trying to find something that's a little bit cleaner. Oh, that's also really slowed down. This is or the minimal amount of distortion. This is with no distortion or saturation. A little bit. The issue, especially with these notes, is that they seem really easy to accomplish, and I really trust the opinion of the person who gave them to me. So I'm like, maybe I should just do them. Let's move on. Remove white noise from Crush. The noise makes it a bit difficult to use except for extreme cases. I mean, agreed. But definitely post v1, some kind of new Crush algorithm. Unity gain with compressed threshold / knobs. There should be a way to set the threshold so that the volume of the signal does not change. Yes, absolutely. But then also, that is another feature addition. So post v1. The tag should go to 55 milliseconds. I mean, why the heck not, right? Oh, I closed live. Okay, well, whatever. So let's go to where the parameters are defined. Which is, is it in parameters.8? No, that is not Valentine parameters. Valentine parameters. Yes, okay. And I mean, the maximum attack time that I chose was more or less arbitrary. I looked at the like the SSL bus compressor. I was like, okay, that's max 30 milliseconds. Great. I still make a lot of vibes based decisions. So that would be this. Do I need to change anything else? This parameter, way of keeping track of parameters is definitely one of the things that I feel like I should put a note in. Do not, if you are new to this and you're looking for examples, don't use this one. But you know what? That's just how it is. Yeah, I think that's, I mean, we could also toy with the center. Oop, and there, I just saw a warning. I'm gonna be, I have so many warnings from other things. That's an idea for another stream, actually. How to silence warnings from third-party libraries. Because I've got a lot of those clogging up my console out whenever I build, making it hard for me to see which warnings are actually mine. Have you started live? Yes. Okay. Oh. So let's just use session view now. After that little example. Try to find a drum loop that is, you know. Okay, yeah, that sounds. Sure. This is without. With. Now let's, I guess to get a really good idea of what the attack is doing, let's just really shorten that release. Let's crank up the ratio. Actually, let's first. Yeah, let's turn off. Make sure we're not clipping anything. I'm going to turn this up for you a little bit. Okay. Now let's inch up the attack. Listen for the transient coming in as we start clamping down later and later. As I also back down on the mixer to make sure. Now, so this is the original maximum value, right? Okay. Clipping. Actually, it's this type of application is also wanting to do a lot of compression, but really opening up the attack is why I put this clipper here. Let's see how this range sounds with the clipper in. I'm also going to ask the person who gave me that note why 15 milliseconds. Streaming right now. Streaming right now. And wondering why specifically 50 milliseconds as a max attack time. And obviously, so the point of auditioning this with the clipper on is obviously we're going to hear the effect of the attack opening up less, but this is a way that people are often going to be interacting with the plugin. So yeah, I mean, at least with this sample, what I hear is that when the attack is increased to 50 milliseconds, it's definitely a bit more low end. I feel like I'm getting more of the kick drum, which is, I mean, maybe it's as simple as that. Like, let's hear this with the saturation in. Yeah, okay, so doing this, I know this isn't what we're listening for right now, but I'm just going to say it. I'm starting to understand more the comment that this upper range should be lower. It just feels like the actual usable range that that I actually want to use. Oh, it's not on. I don't know. It ends somewhere between half and 3/4. It's definitely not all the way. So that's definitely something to consider. But besides that, I mean, so I like this. What's the current center? So the current center of the parameter is 5 milliseconds, which means you get a lot more precision between 0 and 5 than you do from 5 to 50. Feels right to me. This is the type of thing that if I were still mixing, it'd be a lot easier because I would just use this on a lot of mixes and really think about this. Or if I could get a hold of a lot of beta testers, I could get a lot of very opinionated opinions. I don't know why I chose the center of 5. That's also something that is changeable after the fact. It just requires, writing that translation. So don't have a reason to change it now. Speaking of which, what's the deal with release? So we got between 2 and 300, then 300 to. So it's similar. It's similar that you get more precision for the smaller values, and kind of same for ratio too, especially since you have this like jump. Anyway, so yeah, I like that change. So let's just do that. Increase maximum attack time to 50 milliseconds. Okay. Cool. Not going to mess with the parameter center. Let's take a look at the maximum saturation. Where are you? You're here. So, where's the note? The max should be a third or a fourth. Wow. Okay. Why? I wonder if there is. Huh. What a random value. Well, let's try having it. Oh, wrong. In the meanwhile, actually, I should tell Discord. Sorry if you hear some annoying bleeps. Da-da-da-da. Okay. Okay. So we've got our Valentine. We've got, I should have favorited, because that was a nice, that was a very nice, oh. Okay, so. What did I change? Oh yeah, saturation. Okay, sorry. Kind of blipped out for a second. Okay. You know, let's see what happens. Yeah, let's see what happens if it should be, what would I say? It should be a third or a fourth. You know what? Let's go for somewhere around a third. Oh, no, that's a bit premature. Okay. Let's load up our stuff. We got our little right. So we've got that. Let's open it up. Let's also consider that you know, I gotta agree with him. Let's try it in a different use case. Let's. All right, so I don't know. So Right. Let's put a reverb on it. That's a little too complex. Man, this crush. Okay, well, let's not play with the crush right now. Let's just. Uh-huh. Whoa. Okay, so let's save this. Let's bring it back up to 15. Actually, playing with this more makes me wonder if I should also limit the extent of the crush, because I don't see myself wanting to actually use it. I don't know. Wait, did I actually? I don't think I actually rebuilt this. Hold on. I forget that. No, I did not. Okay. Let's try that again. Okay. Okay, I guess that's why you can my crushes. Okay, interesting. Oh, I'm manipulating the wrong thing. Here we go. I want to try to bring this back down to 10 and seeing if I can still get that kind of cool sound with the DMX drums. Let's see. Wait, oh, I'm once again manipulating the wrong one. Darn. There we go. You know, I think that I'm gonna rock with having it. Oops. Okay, I'm not in Vim. There we go. Is there anything else that can be addressed? Unity gain with compressed? No, that's a feature. Cool. So done. Done. Checking for an answer from the man. What's next? Probably gonna wrap up soon, but you know what? I'm gonna see. In this case, the maximum, the most extreme is the minimum bits. I want to see how much we lose by simply. Could also change the center of the parameter, but that might look a little weird. So we're not going to think about this example as much. We're going to do this. Cool. I need some like, I get some bass in here too. A bass. Do you have a bass loop? Oh. Oh. Wow. Okay, sure, yeah. Okay, awesome. All right, so yeah. Now let's put some it's interesting that whatever I guess that note that's playing has nothing to do with the tuning of which is really too bad actually. If there was a way to control that, that would be nice. Now let's see how this sounds on a bass. Alright. get rid of that hi-hat. And, let's also get rid of that bass drum. Yeah. Okay. Now, let's rebuild this. So would this, is this any better for being able to there actually is something nice about this. Will it feel weird to instead set the center, we could do something a little bit different. We could maybe set the center of, yeah, see, so this is one reason that this is not great. I know that that's crush. But if you haven't looked at this 10 million times, you wouldn't probably. Let's see. actually rebuild it. Oh wait, this is easy. Oh yeah, I did, okay. So this way, there's a lot more space in like the reasonable range, right? Okay. Oh, sorry about that. Now for our I think this is fine. Does this make sense though? I'm not sure if this is actually adding something meaningful or not. It might be better to simply leave that as is. Should we? So when we instantiate it, we go down immediately to 12 bits. What if, you know what we could do? And I did that specifically so you'd have to manipulate the knob less to get audible bit crushing. But what if we started at 16? And that could allow room for much more subtle application. Did I build that? I don't think I built that. Probably should not be using a DMX sample to figure out whether or not 16-bit downsampling sounds good. Will we hear an audible difference here? Let's see. Ah, yeah, I see why you know what? I think that this should just stay the way it is. Cool. Well, I think then, yeah, I think that this is going to be it. Cool. Well, thanks for joining me and hope to see you next time.